Basically what we're trying to do is move editing tools beyond the current focus on correction that they've had for basically the last 20, 30, maybe 40 years.
The red underline squiggles.
Well, the red underline squiggles, but across the industry it's been grammar checking, spelling checking.
Right.
It really hasn't progressed beyond that.
Okay.
And what we're trying to do is trying to move things in the direction of helping people to produce content that is appropriate to their context by going beyond what is available in conventional thesauruses. So if you're if it's the middle of the night and you were trying to produce a document that needs to be on your boss's desk the following morning, you're tired, you get to have something like financial industry, you've used it 5 times in the preceding 2 pages and you want something different.
Yes.
And you say, what can we got? And so you look it up in a thesaurus and you see suggestions like manufacturing, business, commerce, engineering, etc. These are reasonable things to suggest under some conditions, but not this particular context.
Right.
It's perfectly nice to have them there. They may be useful under the right times. What we really want to be able to do is suggest something like this. Plans to fix the financial industry going to financial system, financial markets, financial sector.
So it's like a thesaurus for terms, not necessarily like a single word.
Well, it's not only that, but this is not just terms, but because we do individual words.
Okay.
But in this case, these are actually we have learned these from machine translation data.
Okay.
So this gives us a completely new cut then on the space of what is available to us. We are learning, for example, we have, for example, in the machine translation statistical machine translation systems that are being used on translate.live.com. These have these very large statistical models of mappings between words, between say Chinese and English, Russian and English, or French and English. And what we're able to do with that data is say, if a Chinese term translates as 2 English terms or phrases, maybe, we know this isn't always true, but maybe they might be similar, they might be matches in the right context.
You're using translation to determine which
to triangulate between English terms.
Wow.
And they're doing this across multiple languages. So
that's a great idea.
We learn some interesting things. A lot of our data is based on news data and the words of interest that I'm feeding to try and find data tend to be newsy. We get things like credible intelligence going to reliable tips, quality intelligence, reliable intelligence. I like this one, Chinese theatre going to Chinese stage, which is kind of obvious perhaps, but traditional opera. That would be a really nice, if somebody is trying to talk about their, Chinese writer, for example, is trying to talk about their cultural traditions, being able to go to traditional opera as a suggestion for Chinese theatre it may not be completely accurate, except in the context they're writing about, but it's a plausible suggestion if we can make it.
Is this like a plugin I can download right now because I want it?
No, unfortunately not. We have a long ways to go in making this something that you would find useful. But we are able to do. This is one example of taking the best path through this. We actually produce awaiting information. It's a little more bland than expecting details on the Treasury Department's program. It's not bad to overhaul the financial sector. Is quite a nice rewrite. We're not perfect. We do try this again, and this, as you can see, there is a lot of scope for optimization here as we let the server chug away at this. Come back in a minute.
It's okay, I can cut this part out.
Yeah, it's alright, doesn't matter. We know where the points where it's taking. There are some very big.
You can do the cooking show thing.
We can do the cooking show.
Just remove this one.
So here we are. Investors are awaiting word. That's kind of nice. On the Treasury Department's plans. Okay, so we've gone back to plans to reform. Okay, overhaul, reform the financial district. Okay, we're out of the ball. We're wrong here. So far one word wrong out of.
Not too shabby.
Not too shabby. You also understand the district going to sector. This is a machine translation style error.
Right.
Let's just feed this one back in again.
Okay.
If you do machine translation, usually it gets worse. But our models are actually not too bad. So waiting news, this is a little unidiomatic perhaps, but not unreasonable. Proposals now, we've got plans, programs, proposals to fix, overhaul, reform, restructure.
And you can just select a few of the words, right?
Right. So basically, this is for demonstration purposes.
Right.
And trying to figure out how to expose this to the user in a useful fashion is going to take a lot of UI experience.
Well, I hope we see this integrated into Word very soon.
It'd be nice to be able to do it, yes.
All right, well, thank you very much for the walkthrough.